Welcome to this introduction to the theory of knowledge, or TOK. In this course, we will be exploring the very nature and limits of knowledge itself. Let's dive in and discover what TOK is all about. So, what exactly is TOK? Theory of knowledge is a core component of the International Baccalaureate Diploma Programme. But unlike traditional courses where you learn specific subject content, like dates in history or formulas in math, TOK encourages you to critically reflect on the process of knowing itself. We ask the fundamental question, how do we know what we know? This inquiry spans all your IB subject areas, making TOK a unique interdisciplinary course that fosters critical thinking and a much deeper understanding of knowledge, both in academic disciplines and in everyday life. To understand where TOK fits in, let's look at the IB diploma structure. First, it is a core requirement. TOK is one of the three essential core elements alongside creativity, activity service or CAS, and the extended essay. Together, they ensure a holistic educational experience. Second, it contributes to your points. When combined with your extended essay, TOK can contribute up to 3 additional points toward your final IB diploma score. Finally, it promotes cross-subject thinking. TOK encourages you to connect and reflect on knowledge across all 6 of your IB subject groups, helping you see how knowledge is constructed and evaluated differently in each discipline. At the heart of TOA is one foundational question: how do we know what we know? This single question drives all our inquiry. It urges us to critically examine the sources, the methods, and the limits of our knowledge across different areas and perspectives. It challenges our everyday assumptions and encourages much deeper reflection on the nature of truth, belief, and justification. Throughout this course, we will explore several key concepts. We look at knowledge itself, distinguishing it from mere belief or opinion, and examining the criteria that justify knowledge claims. We focus on the knower, that's you, and your community, emphasizing how personal experiences shape understanding. We examine perspectives, how different viewpoints and cultural backgrounds influence interpretation. We also investigate evidence, how claims are supported, certainty, the degree of confidence we can have in our knowledge, and bias, how personal assumptions and prejudices can affect what we accept as true. To gather and process knowledge, we use specific tools, often referred to as ways of knowing. Language shapes how knowledge is communicated and shared through words, symbols, and cultural context. Reason involves logical thinking and rational analysis, enabling us to draw conclusions. Emotion plays a crucial role by affecting our intuition, motivation, and how we interpret experiences. Finally, sense perception uses our 5 senses to gather data about the world, though we must recognize that it can sometimes mislead or limit our understanding. We apply these tools across different areas of knowledge, or AOKs. The natural sciences focus on the natural world through empirical observation and the scientific method. The arts encompass creative expression and value subjective interpretation. The human sciences study human behavior and societies. Ethics examines moral principles and questions of right and wrong. History explores past events through evidence and interpretation. And mathematics involves abstract reasoning and logical structures to understand patterns and relationships. So how is TOK assessed? There are 2 main components. First is the TOK exhibition, which is an internal assessment making up 33% of your grade. Here you select 3 real-world objects that link to one of 35 IB-provided prompts, writing a commentary for each to showcase TOK in everyday life. The second component is the TOK essay, an external assessment worth 67% of your grade. This is a 1,600-word essay responding to one of 6 prescribed titles released by the IB, where you must incorporate areas of knowledge and critical analysis. It is marked externally by IB examiners. Let's look closer at the TOK essay and its prescribed titles, or PTs. Each year, the IB releases 6 titles for you to choose from. These are open-ended knowledge questions designed to provoke critical thinking. For example, a title might ask, "Is replication the hallmark of scientific knowledge?" Or, "Does language always resist full translation between cultures?" In your 1,600-word essay, you must explore different perspectives and incorporate multiple areas of knowledge to develop a well-rounded argument. The TOK exhibition is all about connecting knowledge to the real world. The process has 3 steps. First, you choose a prompt from the official list of 35, such as, what counts as evidence? Second, you select 3 distinct real-world objects or artifacts that relate to that prompt and show different knowledge perspectives. Finally, you write 3 commentaries, totaling up to 950 words, explaining exactly how each object connects to the prompt and to core knowledge concepts. Why does all this matter? TOK cultivates critical thinking, intellectual humility, and cross-disciplinary awareness that is essential for life beyond the IB. By challenging you to question how knowledge is formed, TOK teaches you to think deeply and consider multiple perspectives. These are vital skills for success in university, in your future career, and in everyday life. Thank you for joining this introduction to the theory of knowledge. We look forward to exploring these concepts with you in the upcoming videos.